Greetings to you all today. Today, 25th October 2022, marks an important day in the lives of all peoples of the world who use the arts in one way or the other. It is International Artists' Day, a day set aside to celebrate the contribution of artists to the peoples of the world. The Center for Research in Culture and Creative Arts, CERCA, in the School of Creative Arts of the University of Education, Winneba, congratulates, salutes, and celebrates all Ghanaian visual and performing artists, including those in the craft field, both academic and non-academic, for their enormous contributions to the creative basket of the art world. We appreciate your work and very, very hard work. Even with limited resources, you turn junks into artistic objects of praise. You create functional and decorative needs. You compose exciting and life-changing music, dance, plays, films to inform, educate, and entertain people. On this special occasion of International Artists' Day, we celebrate your musical composition, theatrical performances, and plays. We also celebrate your eye-popping artworks that spice the lives of people, irrespective of class, race, and identity. Per your creative artistic works and design, you put Ghana on the map for attention. We celebrate you for your works that promote national collective memory and identity and development. We celebrate artists whose ingenuity gave birth to artworks of national significance, such as Theodosia Okon, who designed the national flag, Kofi Antobam, the artist behind the National State Sword, the presidential seat, murals at Children's Library in Accra, and El Anachi, the prolific contemporary artist, just to mention but a few. We are grateful to the creators of Ghana's kente fabrics, Adinkra symbols, and composers of patriotic songs. Dr. Ephraim Amu, Professor Emeritus J.H. Kwabena Nketia, N.Z. Nyaho, among others, who used the indigenous knowledge system. We say Aiko to all Ghanaian art creators, present, dead, and alive. On this special day, it is important that the nation takes a critical look at policy issues regarding education, training, and career development and welfare of category of artists in the creative arts sector, especially in the training of artists and craft persons in the non-formal sector. As a nation, it is time for us to show keen interest in developing a national policy for creative artists and craft persons whose implementation will create sustainable jobs. This has become necessary because the sector has received little attention to create sustainable jobs to help solve unemployment situation in the country. The youth with interest in the field struggle in developing their careers as musicians, actors, designers, hairstylists, cosmetologists, painters, furniture artists, ceramists, sculptors, fashion designers, just to mention a few. In the process of struggling to pursue a career in the creative arts and craft field, many of the youth fall off due to lack of financial support. For over decades, the little governmental attention for creative arts career development has been given to the few who train in the formal school setting, leaving the huge number who are trained in non-formal sector. However, learners in government-assisted colleges of education, nursing and midwifery training institutions, among others, are paid allowances from the taxpayers' money for a period of 3 to 4 years. This preferential financial support to those who attend formal school education should be extended to vocational-based training institutions, both public and private. On the average, rigorous training period for learners in many vocational-based training in the private sector span from 3 to 12 months. Financial support to cover the period of training and startup capital after the training must prioritize in creating jobs for the people. Many of the youths across Ghana have financial predicaments in starting their businesses after their successful self-employable vocational training. This cuts short their ability to monetize acquired skills and careers. This challenge needs intervention from governments, non-governmental organizations, agencies, and philanthropists. Supporting the youth who have opted for self-employable vocational training in private institutions through subsidizing costs of training, supporting them with startup capitals, and or providing them with the needed startup tools and equipment is one of the practical ways through which unemployment and crime rates could be reduced. There is the need for a national database on the youth with interest in vocational-based careers but need financial support. B, there is a need for a register of IAD-based private vocational institutions and training centers across Ghana. The private sector constitutes over 85% of IAD-based vocational training in Ghana. Learners who show interest may have to select training centers in their respective communities to minimize accommodation fee, transportation challenges, and other costs of training where necessary. Economic backgrounds could be one of the criteria to determine who to support. This has the tendency of increasing employability and livelihood through skills training. There is a need for empirical studies to quantify the contributions of the creative arts and crafts sector to the economy and employment in the country. This will help in ascertaining the labor market for the creative arts and craft professionals and the nature of employment and livelihood the sector provides for the people of Ghana. Studies of this nature will help in categorizing permanent jobs, full-time jobs, short-term contracts, part-time jobs, self-employment, and other employment in both formal and non-formal sectors in the creative arts and crafts. Prioritizing research on creative arts and crafts sector will help government to make economic and employment decisions, since the number of creative arts and craft professionals remain unknown, while empirical data on employment conditions are non-existent. As a nation, we need to pay a critical attention to the social security and often unstable unemployment situation of creative arts and craft professionals, and create a rigorous national creative arts and craft policy that will provide social protection for artists and craft persons. Many of these professionals serve the nation and end up in poor economic conditions in their retirement from active service. Ghana has young and active creative population with low economic backgrounds who have not been formally educated. This category of the population is left out even in the little governmental support in career training. Education in the 21st century is not limited to ability to read and write, but developing one's creative ability to produce and monetize his or her creation. As a nation, we need to take practical steps to promote creative arts and craft entrepreneurship among the youth by creating favorable conditions. As we underscore the urgent need for a national creative arts and craft policy that will provide social protection for creative artists and craft persons, prioritize financial support for art-based career training for the youth and active creative population with low economic backgrounds, we reiterate our resolve to partner with governmental institutions and agencies, non-governmental organizations, civil society organizations in the development of the creative art and craft sector. Long live Ghana. Long live the creative art and craft sector. Thank you for your rapt attention. Adesiman Ghana, yedin chefu asoya oyen hwehwemfa amambre na edwenze ho mechire Center for Research in Culture and Creative Art owo School of Creative Art owo simpa esuapon ho etebrehum inde obesene da otodo edononum wo 2022 yeda amansan etu esi ho zibo hona woye edwenze na anwenze mechire artist and craft person oribo hona about inde ye dapona de yebu kompo diye mpensempensemu fa nhwehye pon mechire National Creative Art Policy omano ohia odema artist ana omano oye odema artist na craft person braso de oman yeye nhyehyei ode dachipa bebre hona wo creative art and craft sector owode omano hwe one social security honsem ama wokọ ahonjima wankọ ahohiahiam empendudo nara na damu nyimpe bohone mbodin bebre disu anwom ye edwenzi bebre de mahen ma amanaman fo nyina ahonenyeje nso wokọ ahonjima na hona brabo akaye bibio ho braso de woye oman ne ye nhyehyɛ pon aye National Art Policy obohwe hon social security ho asem waka afeso omanu hia nhyehyɛ obo mbrantse na nketesia wo nsano dwuma owo creative art sector ebemu pamade wo senjama bemu ye ngwa na nza okeka bemu swan ndwom na ma okeka ho nyinara braso de aban ye honumboa wo sika na akada fam ama wo etum esua dwuma demre aban boa hona wokọ anesfo na achechefo ntete o ma hona allowance demre obetum abua hona wenya sika kakada das for honu school dun demara na o de damo ndepa aban ma honu aban cha na nyibehwe ahona wo creative art sector embebu na wopeda wo sua dwuma osande osan sika wonyinti wo de obosua dwuma mfa wontum nsua ana kwensin na wejai osande sika na mbwanyi ho nti ehwe omanu mu ahona wo creative art sector wo doso ye creative art and craft sector wo doso ara ye nti se omanu be honumboa wo nhyehyɛ ye be fa kwan ye be fado ya aboa hono ntete yehwa wona wokɔ esuapon wokɔ teacher college of education na anes pon ntete aban ma hono allowance oya adepa the mara so na hona so be zafacha went to man school no yeto so de aban obeye nhyehyɛ obotum aboa hon na wo so wetum esua adwuma owo creative arts and craft sector na wetum aye adwuma ama wetum ama wonsa akohona no wetum aboa oman no so no mpuntu owo de oman no di ye nitiri ho ade ana odi ye nitiri ho adwuma de oboso nhwehwemu yefo ase mekire researchers ase ma wa ye nhwehwemu obema yehu mboa creative arts and craft ozima omano osande ehwe amana na wetwa hene wo ehia creative arts and craft sector we so mu ye ma offer mbebon na mrante bebre ma edwuma dudu na ana odema hon damo day a we this way International Artists Day yetoto so abande onfanani onfanhwe creative art sector man no so here national creative art policy social security for artists and craft persons brass sunde oman no beboa mrante na nketesi adema medi kan no ama we tum esua wonansa no dwuma a obema honansa akohona no ama ewurukadze na adiwia okodo nyina no twetwa sande se wonye dwuma nje a onse mfata bia na woreye afeso aseye a yehwe nhwehwem ye wo amamre na edwenze ho meche Center for Research in Culture and Creative Art a ye wo simpa esuapon ya ye crowd there ekueku abana awona waka nyina NGOs ya crowd there yenye won be ye dwuma won hwehwem fam wonyimdi fam na nyina ya boa na omano afa no to